The old man's hands trembled as he passed the coins across the cracked wooden table, not from weakness, but from shame. The girl beside him stood still, barefoot, dirt on her cheeks, staring not at the rancher, but past him, as if she were staring through time itself. The saloon was loud that night, drunken laughter, poker chips clinking, and boots stomping, but amidst all that, there was an eerie silence between them. "I'm tellin' ya, she's deaf," the father slurred, tapping his bottle against the table. "A burden, that's what she is. Useless. Just take her off my hands." The rancher, Caleb Turner, didn't say a word. He didn't look at the man. He just looked at the girl, maybe 12, maybe younger, hair tangled and knotted, eyes too tired for someone that age. Something in her silence didn't feel broken. It felt locked. "I'll take her," Caleb said quietly, placing the money down. The deal was done. Just like that. Like cattle at an auction. He led her out of town under a pale moon and through the long dirt road back to his ranch. She didn't speak. Didn't ask where they were going. And Caleb, he didn't know why he had done it. He'd lived alone since his wife died in childbirth over 15 years ago. No kids. No visitors. Only the land and the silence. But something about that little girl's silence pulled at his soul. At the ranch, he pointed toward the guest room, a small one, but clean. She nodded. No words. No protest. She simply walked in and sat on the bed. He left her there and stood outside her door for a moment, thinking maybe she'd cry. But she didn't. In the following days, Caleb tried his best. He wasn't a man of many words either. He'd show her how to feed the chickens, how to pump water from the well, how to pat down hay for the horses. She'd nod, mimic his actions perfectly, and never speak. He tried to use hand gestures. Simple ones. But her eyes would always find his, searching, like she was listening. Even when she shouldn't be able to. The doctor in town confirmed it. She's deaf, all right. Likely from birth, maybe illness. Nothing to be done now. So Caleb accepted it. A quiet life became quieter. But not lonely. Not anymore. He called her Lily. One evening, while he was fixing the barn roof, a ladder slipped and Caleb fell hard. His leg twisted under him, pain shooting through like fire. He called out, but they were far from town, and no one could hear. No one except Lily. She ran to him, eyes wide, panic written across her face. He tried to stay calm, instructing her with gestures. She ran back, fetched rope and wood, helped brace his leg. She wasn't strong, but she was smart. And fast. Later, as he rested on the porch, leg bandaged, he watched her feed the horses with steady hands. "You saved me today," he said gently. She turned, looking at his lips. He forgot. She couldn't hear. But then something strange happened. She repeated the words back. "You saved me today." Caleb sat up straighter. "Lily?" She blinked. Then, slowly, she looked down. "Lily, can you hear me?" he asked slowly. She hesitated. Then shook her head. But tears began to well in her eyes. She opened her mouth to speak again, voice shaky. "I can feel it." He was stunned. "Feel what?" "Your words." She tapped her chest. "Here." Caleb felt a chill go down his spine, not fear. Awe. From that moment, everything changed. They began working with books, chalkboards, and signs. Caleb would speak slowly, and Lily would read his lips. But it wasn't just that. When the dogs barked or thunder rolled in, she'd pause and turn, like the vibrations called her name. She was deaf, but not disconnected. Months passed. The ranch began to bloom. Lily tended gardens, read books, laughed. She found her voice, not perfect, but hers. And Caleb? He found purpose again. One night, during a county fair, Lily entered a youth poetry contest. Everyone thought it odd. A deaf girl, reading poetry aloud? But when she took the stage, stood on tiptoe to reach the mic, and spoke from her heart, even the wind stood still. Her poem spoke of loneliness. Of silence. Of people who pass you by because they think you're broken. Of a man who saw her not for what she lacked, but what she could become. The crowd wept. And Caleb, sitting in the back row, did too. Afterward, a woman in the audience, a teacher, approached them. She specialized in speech therapy for hearing-impaired children and offered Lily a scholarship to a nearby school. Caleb hesitated. He didn't want to lose her. But Lily touched his hand and said, "You didn't buy me. You saved me. Now let me become what you saw in me." She left for school. Every Sunday, she wrote letters, long, beautiful ones. And each ended with the same line, "I still feel your voice." Years later, Lily returned, not a child, but a young woman, confident and radiant. And this time, she wasn't alone. She brought others with her, children like her. Some deaf. Some partially hearing. All misunderstood. And she turned that lonely ranch into a sanctuary. A school. A home. Caleb passed away on a quiet spring morning, his chair facing the field, where dozens of children laughed under the sun. He died knowing he wasn't alone. Because the girl the world thought couldn't hear, heard more than any of them ever could.